Part 3, The Final Stand. Emily's thoughts raced as she pushed deeper into the forest. Every snap of a twig, every rustle in the undergrowth sent waves of terror crashing over her. She knew she couldn't outrun the Skinwalker forever. Its voice, Mark's voice, still echoed in her ears, chilling her to the core. The trees began to thin, revealing a clearing bathed in the silver glow of the full moon. At its center stood an ancient, twisted tree, its branches gnarled like skeletal hands reaching toward the sky. Emily hesitated, her instincts screaming that this place was wrong, but something deep inside her, a pull she couldn't explain, drew her forward. The clearing was deathly quiet. She collapsed at the base of the tree, her legs no longer able to carry her. The pain from her fall, the fatigue from running, and the unbearable grief of losing Mark finally overwhelmed her. She couldn't run anymore. Not like this. If this is where it ends, she thought, at least I'll face it. But as she caught her breath, something strange happened. The ground beneath the tree shifted, as if the earth itself was stirring. Emily scrambled back, watching in horror as roots twisted and rose, revealing an ancient symbol carved into the soil, one she recognized from the old stories she'd heard from the locals. It was a symbol of protection, a ward against the very evil that had pursued her into these woods. The Skinwalker's guttural growl echoed in the distance, closer now. The hunt was nearing its end. Desperate, Emily clawed at the earth, exposing more of the symbol, hoping beyond hope that it would protect her. The air grew cold, heavy with a malevolent presence. She looked up, and there, at the edge of the clearing, stood the Skinwalker, its shifting, grotesque face illuminated by the moonlight. It was wearing Mark's body like a suit, a horrible parody of the man she loved. The creature took a step forward, its black eyes locked on her, a twisted grin spreading across its mutilated face. But as it neared the edge of the clearing, something stopped it. The air shimmered, like heat rising from the earth, and the Skinwalker let out a hiss of frustration. Emily's heart raced as she realized the truth. The symbol was keeping it at bay. The protection held. But she knew it wouldn't last forever. The creature was relentless, pacing back and forth at the edge of the clearing, testing the invisible barrier. "You can't keep me out forever," it snarled in that twisted mockery of Mark's voice. "I'll have you, Emily." Tears filled her eyes, not from fear, but from rage. Mark was gone, consumed by the creature that now taunted her. She wouldn't let it have her too. With newfound determination, Emily stood. She had to act, to finish this nightmare. Her mind raced as she recalled the warnings the locals had given her, the old stories of how Skinwalkers could be defeated. Fire. The stories said fire was the only thing that could destroy them. Her eyes darted around the clearing, and then she saw it, a bundle of dried branches near the edge of the tree. Without hesitating, she gathered them, her fingers trembling as she fumbled for the lighter in her pocket. She'd taken it with her earlier, not thinking she'd need it for this. The flame flickered to life, casting a dim glow over the clearing. Emily piled the branches at the base of the ancient tree, where the symbol of protection lay exposed. If this was going to work, she needed to lure Skinwalker closer. She stood at the edge of the symbol, holding the flickering flame aloft. "Come and get me," she shouted, her voice defiant, though her heart pounded in her chest. The Skinwalker's black eyes glinted with malice as it lunged toward her, testing the barrier one last time. The air shimmered again, and for a brief moment, the creature hesitated. But then, with a shriek that sent shivers down Emily's spine, it forced its way through. Emily lit the branches. The fire roared to life, and the flames leapt toward the sky, fueled by the ancient magic of the symbol beneath the tree. The Skinwalker howled in agony as the fire consumed it, its grotesque form writhing and twisting as it burned. The smell of burning flesh and the sound of its shrieks filled the night air, but Emily didn't flinch. She stood her ground, watching as the creature, her tormentor, was reduced to ash. The flames crackled and hissed, and as the last remnants of the Skinwalker were swallowed by the fire, the forest fell silent. The oppressive weight that had hung over the clearing lifted, and for the first time, Emily felt a sense of peace. She collapsed to her knees, her body shaking with exhaustion and grief. Mark was gone. The Skinwalker was defeated, but it had taken everything from her. The full moon still shone overhead, its cold gaze unblinking, but Emily no longer feared it. She had survived the hunt. The forest had tried to claim her, but she had fought back. And now, as dawn began to break on the horizon, she would find her way out of the woods, alone, but alive.